And staying with cross-cultural identities, let's now meet a Palestinian woman born in Manchester in the United Kingdom and brought up in Kuwait. Reem Kelani is a singer who evokes the musical traditions of her parents' homeland. She sings about Palestine and the Palestinian diaspora. Every woman caught up with her in London.
Would you please count us in? I can't separate my music and my singing from Palestine because both of them says I exist. This reminds me of Hisbat Ramallah, famous vegetable shop and, well, market in Ramallah. I was born in Manchester, so it's the west bank of the Mersey River or whichever river, as opposed to the west bank of Jordan. I spent all my formative years from age 2 to age 26 in Kuwait, really, 24 years of my life in Kuwait. I wasn't born in Palestine. I didn't grow up in Palestine. Yes, I spent loads and loads of summer holidays there, which helped shape my musical direction. The point that I discovered quite embarrassingly and belatedly is that it's not the victimhood that we need to establish, because I refuse to see myself as a victim in the first place. It's the fact that Palestinians exist. It's the whole point. So it's not I'm a victim, it's I exist. نحن هنا, we are here.
Music, specifically in Palestine, Lebanon, Syria and Jordan, we say, oh, but it's got to come from within. And it's really off, man. It's the blues.
One of the first songs I became aware of is American Pie. We used to sing that. So we were also subjected to pop music, Western pop music. My father still is actually a keen fan of Fred Astaire, so he sang all Fred Astaire's songs. So I also grew up listening to Gershwin and Berlin and loving their music, and still to this day loving it. So you got all these influences, and you can't separate yourself from them. So all this business of the clash of civilizations is beggars belief. You acknowledge your pain, you acknowledge your loss, but you're not a victim. That doesn't make it less of an injury. That doesn't mean that your oppressor hasn't hurt you. But I don't have to say, oh, that's rubbish. I'm coming to pick up my turkey. Chris, you don't play my CD. Oh, okay. To talk about clash of civilization, this is halal turkey for Christmas. You too, have a good season, yalla.
You have a turkey every year?
Yeah, when we were, even my aunt, my mother's sister used to have turkey in Nazareth, and we're still Muslim, and proud to be.
This is it?
This is it. Dik Habash. The struggle is neither about land nor about religion. When secular Palestinians talk about land, they're wasting their time and they're after their seats, not after anything else. And when dogmatic Palestinians talk about religion, they distort the image, which is actually serving Zionism, because Zionism in its cruelest forms always portrays it that it's a century-old conflict between Muslim and Jew. Well, it's rubbish. First of all, around 20% of the Palestinians are Christian. So it's not between Muslim and Jew. I started really working actively on this CD in 1986, and it came out in 2006. So it's really the songs that influenced my childhood, my teenage years, my 20s, my 30s, and God forbid, the beginning of my 40s.
Far back in 1992, when the BBC had a documentary about the massacre of Sabra and Shatila, and they said, could you work on a tune, provided you don't say massacre, Sabra, Shatila, Palestine, Israel, Lebanon. But please talk about it.
Art at its purest form is when you do not separate the personal from the collective, and you do not separate the spirit from the body, and you don't separate yourself from your audience. It's when these three things meet is when you have that moment of taram, or the Spanish called duende.
خسرت حلما جميلا خسرت لسع الزنابق وكان ليلي طويلا على سياج الحدائق وما خسرت سبيلا.
The very quotation that I use in the sleeve notes is a fantastic sentence by Mahmoud Darwish. For years and years I've been singing this verse, وَعَنْ دِفَاعِي أُدَافِعُ, without even realizing what it meant. I defend my right to defend my right. Even the defense for Palestine is being occupied by so-called anti-Zionist Israelis. They're even occupying our defense for Palestine. I'm not going to give you that anymore. Over my dead body.
Reem Kelani with songs from Palestine there. And that's it for now. Do email us your comments at everywoman@aljazeera.net. From all the team, until next time, bye-bye.